Welcome to Module 17, Lesson 4. Our I can statement is, I can identify trapezoids, parallelograms, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. So in this lesson, we are going to be working on quadrilaterals. Number 1. The Space Shuttle Thermal Protection System is a barrier of tiles made of quadrilaterals. This barrier protects the shuttle from the heat and cold of space. How can you identify and classify quadrilaterals like the ones used on the shuttle? All right, so the first thing is a quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. Right? A triangle has 3, a quadrilateral has 4, right? And we see that quad right there. We know that morpheme quad means 4. So let's look at letter A. What are some different ways you can name this quadrilateral? So we can name it using its vertexes, right? So we can name it as A, B, C, D, D, A, B, C. We could go the other way, C, B, A, D, right? We can name it a lot of different ways. Right here, it's giving us the hint that the tick marks show that the line segments are of the same length. So in the last lesson, we worked on that with triangles. Here it is, so we know that all 4 of these side lengths are equal length. All right, so for this one, you're gonna need to have 2 colors. If they're different colors than this, just go ahead and color over the words to show which color it's supposed to be. All right, so we're going to use the directions to mark the quadrilaterals. Assume that the line segments that appear to be parallel are parallel. So if it looks like it's parallel, that means that it is. All right, the first one we're going to do is we are going to color our shapes. I guess that's orange. It looks really yellow for me. We're going to color them orange. All right. So where are our shapes with 4 right angles? Here's one with 4 right angles. There's one with 4 right angles. Okay, no other shapes seem to have 4 right angles. This has 2, and that has 1. Okay, go ahead and color your shapes with only 1 right angle. This shape over here with just 1 right angle. All right, now we're going to put a box around shapes with exactly 2 pairs of parallel sides. So if I look at this first shape here, that's 1 pair of parallel sides. This side and this side. But this side is also parallel to that side. So this is an example of a shape with 2 pairs of parallel sides. This shape also has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Now if you look at this shape here, that looks like it has at least 1 set. And that shows us that this shape also has 2 pairs of parallel lines. And if we look here, this shape also has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Now, do you see a shape with no pairs of parallel sides? This shape down here appears to have at least 1 set of parallel lines. But this shape appears to have none. Because if I were to continue these lines, they would cross. So I'm going to put an X over that shape. And then finally, we're looking for a shape with 1 pair of perpendicular sides. We know perpendicular sides will meet at a right angle. So I'm looking for only 1 pair of perpendicular sides. And my shape with only 1 right angle is that guy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and complete our definitions for our quadrilaterals. The first one we're looking at is a rectangle. How many pairs of parallel sides does a rectangle have? It has 2 pairs of parallel sides. How many pairs of sides of equal length does it have? It has 2 pairs of sides with equal length. And in total, how many right angles? 4. Go ahead and complete the same section for the square. Pause if you need any more time. So a square has 2 pairs of parallel sides. It has 4 sides that are of equal length, and it has 4 right angles. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 2 pairs of sides of equal length. But a parallelogram does not have to have a number of right angles. So now let's look at a rhombus. A rhombus also has 2 pairs of parallel sides, and similar to a square, it has 4 sides of equal length. But again, a rhombus does not need right angles to classify it as a rhombus. And finally, we have our trapezoid. A trapezoid has at least 1 pair of parallel sides, but it can also be defined as exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. This is a definition you might see more commonly, that a trapezoid has 1 pair of parallel sides. All right, so number 3 tells us that we can classify quadrilaterals in more than one way. So if you think about it, we have some of these things that overlap, right? Like a square. A square has 2 pairs of parallel lines and 4 sides of equal length. A rhombus has 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 sides of equal length. But a rhombus doesn't have right angles that overlap. So if I think about a rhombus here and a rectangle here, a square can go in the middle because squares have 2 pairs of parallel sides, just like a rectangle and a rhombus. It has 2 pairs of sides of equal length because it has 4 sides of equal length. It also has 4 sides of equal length like this. And it shares 2 right angles with the rectangle. Now, parallelograms are also a type of quadrilateral. Now, we could draw a lot of different overlapping things here, right? But a parallelogram kind of goes on the outside of these guys. All right, so let's take a look at this quadrilateral. Identify and classify it. Then explain why you chose this category. So I want to reference back up here. I can see right away there are 4 equal sides, 2 pairs of parallel lines, and no right angles. So what shape is this? This is a rhombus.